Dear Yellow Jacket Stadium, as a young kid growing up in Denham Springs, I want to thank you for all the memories that I cherish to this day. The memories that I have date back to my younger years of 7 and 8 years old, playing for an independent football league on Saturday mornings. I can also remember at a young age being so excited about coming to Yellow Jacket Stadium with my family to watch the Yellow Jackets play. I couldn't wait to get in high school so I could wear the purple and gold. My fondest memories are from the 1980s. What a place it would be on Friday nights. The grandstands were packed and there would be standing room only. What memories you produce for our community. I do not want to thank you for the dressing room underneath the stadium, but I do want to thank you for the new field house that was built my 10th grade year. That was a long time ago. Through the years, Yellow Jacket Stadium has given me the opportunity to watch relatives play and cheer at Yellow Jacket Stadium. Most importantly, my daughter Morgan. You will certainly be missed, but thanks for all the great memories. Michael Sceroler, class of 1986.
Dear Yellow Jacket Stadium, a football field to some, but home to many. Yellow Jacket Stadium has been my home for many years. Countless of days, hours, and minutes have been poured onto this field. But not only me, my brothers as well, and family. Thank you for the memories and loved ones that you brought to us. All the good and bad times, but sadly it's time for you to be replaced. But only for the better. Sincerely, Zane Hooper, class of 2022.
My name is Harvey Armstrong. I graduated in 1970, played in 69. I was a quarterback and safety. Yeah, I can. I guess the best memories were, number one, the coaching staff and the fans. I mean, I can remember playing in the playoffs, playing Jesuit. You wouldn't know it now, but it was so cold they were building campfires outside the stadium. So that's probably unimaginable right now, but it was just the coaching staff and the fan and the teachers and all. I will never forget Denham Springs and the football for what they've done for me. It actually grew me up. Tell me what I'd have been if it wasn't for the coaching staff and for football and basketball and baseball in Denham Springs. Oh, I hold them big time. I'm glad that one thing is it hasn't changed its place, where it's at. It's got AstroTurf right now. I guess it's called AstroTurf. We didn't have that, but I'm glad it stayed the same. But I had some great memories, some good people. I can remember playing Woodlawn, and heck, we thought we was undefeated and going into the last game of the season. And lo and behold, Woodlawn didn't have but one loss. So we had to beat them, and they're supposed to have been really strong and all that. But I think we beat them 35-0 and made the regionals and all that. That's some of the best memories I had. Oh my God, so much, so much. When I was coming to Denham Springs High School, when I was growing up back then, it was everything. Denham Springs elementary, junior high, and high school, all the sports, as well as, of course, football, meant everything. You can go to barber shops, that's all they talked about. How we did that week, what we're gonna do next week, who's doing what. Just some of the greatest memories of all time that I'll ever remember. It's just a great place to go to school. Thank you, Denham Springs High, junior high, elementary, all of you, for just making me a better person. Here again, I can tell you, it's wonderful. The teachers were outstanding. The coaches were just phenomenal. And here again, I can tell you, if it wasn't for that through Denham Springs in the school, football situation, athletic situations, I ain't no telling which way I'd have got turned, because I was probably going in the bad directions, but it changed everything, and my thought on life and the way of life it was, and I can't think of any more. It's wonderful.
Dear Yellow Jacket Stadium, growing up, all I wanted to do was play football. I spent most of my youth in Texas where football was a religion, but I ended up being blessed to move to Denham Springs at the end of middle school. I was coming from a place where success in football was often to a place where something special was being built. I was part of that 2008 group of brothers that had no need for team captains, no need for glory, and no need for selfishness. If you remember, as seniors, we brought Denham Springs out of the depths of 12 years of losing seasons. We had won a share of the district title for the first time since 1989, and we beat Catholic High for the first time since 1978. Coincidentally, we also missed our first game of the season due to a hurricane, like this year's group. And we beat Scotlandville at our last home game of the season on this field en route to winning a share of the district title. But you remember all that. You were here. I played football for 13 of my 31 years on this earth, and I've coached it for another 9 years, 5 of those years being back here at home in Yellow Jacket Stadium. It was my dream to get back here under the lights, in this community and around this campus. I consider myself one of the luckiest men alive because I wake up every day loving what I do, being back at the place where I became a man and learned to truly play this great game. You have been so good to so many over the years and housed so many memories that'll never be forgotten. The wins and losses, the celebrations. Some were introduced to the game of football on this field, and some of those same ones got to leave this school walking across this same field. But now it's time for change. JFK once said, "Change is the law of life, and those who look only to the past or present are certain to miss the future. It is time for the future of Denham Springs while honoring our past." I couldn't think of a better send-off than a victory, leaving the lights on in Yellow Jacket Stadium one more time. Sincerely, Joe Tex Ryan, class of 2009.
Dear Yellow Jacket Stadium, like the old saying goes, nothing lasts forever. Time goes on. This new facility that is taking your place hopefully will give Denham Springs High School, the players, coaches, and community the type of memories that you have provided for so many of us. For myself, I think of all the coaches that spent endless hours with us, the teammates that went through all the practices and games together, and knowing now I could still call on them if I need them. I remember as a youngster watching the games long before I was in high school, waiting for my turn to be out there. During my high school years, 67, 68, 69, and 70 football seasons, we were pretty productive filling you up. And most of the times it was standing room only. Pee Wee Day handled the play-by-play for years and probably knew more about you than anyone else. We had only 4 coaches, Lewis Carlisle, Lloyd DeGeneres, Butch Wax, and Bobby Satcher, but they knew how to get your attention. Thanks for all the memories that are too many to share at this time. Van Foster, class of 1971.
Dear Yellow Jacket Stadium, you will be missed. There's nothing quite like a Friday night in the stadium. I was blessed to be part of a second round appearance that's only happened twice in 20 plus years at Denham Springs High School. As I was running onto the field for Acadiana, a second round home playoff game, there's no feeling like it. I sprained my MCL on the 4th play of the game, lost by 1 point, lost out, but the memories and brothers I made will last a lifetime. Thank you, Denham Springs, for everything, for all the 6 a.m. conditioning, the 100-degree August practices, the highs and the lows. I am forever grateful to have been part of a small piece of this stadium's history, and I'll always be a Yellow Jacket. Sincerely, Brennan LeBlanc, class of 2019.
Dear Yellow Jacket Stadium, some think of you as just a field and bleachers, but to me, you're much more than that. You're where I found my love for football. You're where I found some of my best friends in life. You're where I learned about brotherhood and having each other's backs. You were my home stadium for 7 years as a player and 16 years as a coach. It was on your field where I learned there's 48 minutes to play, but a lifetime to remember. You've been the site of many celebrations and some heartache. In the fall of 1999, it broke my heart when I realized I'd never get to play another down of football under your Friday night lights. You were the place that brought a sense of normalcy to a community ravaged by a flood in 2016 on one September night. That night, you were on national television for all the world to see. You're also where I got to watch my son take his first snaps of his football career. As the saying goes, all good things must come to an end. As we turn the page on the old Yellow Jacket Stadium, we make way for the new stadium. Hopefully it brings as many great memories as you did. Sincerely, Josh Neal, class of 2000.
Dear Yellow Jacket Stadium, you are a time capsule, and we are all part of it. You live and breathe, you transcend time and space. You're a place where young boys dream, young girls swoon, and young men in their prime give every bit of their strength, effort, and courage for the honor of representing Denham Springs High School football. You saw many hard-fought victories and a few agonizing defeats. Through it all, you looked on with unwavering loyalty to all Yellow Jacket football teams that played here. The names and faces have changed through the years, but the heart of our community continues to beat strong and steady in support of all of us, the fans, the coaches, the players, the cheerleaders, the Jackettes, our incredible band, and all that were fortunate enough to step on your field. You will be missed but never forgotten. You will be especially remembered by my class, the class of 1973. Our team was an underrated band of brothers that believed in ourselves and what we could accomplish as a team. We ignored the fact that we were picked to finish 4th out of 6 teams in our district. We fought through the regular season going 9-1. We scored 229 points and we allowed only 33 points. We held 7 of the 10 teams on our schedule scoreless. 5 of the 6 teams in our district that thought so lightly of us could not score on us. Next, we battled through the grueling state playoffs, including a 21-7 win over the #1 ranked team in the state, right here in our house, on our field, in front of a jam-packed Yellow Jacket Stadium. What a night. Then we moved on to the state championship game that was a knockdown, drag-out affair between 2 powerhouse teams. The game ended in a 26-26 tie. We found out later that we lost the state championship on first downs. Wow. Now there's an asterisk attached to this game that changed Louisiana high school football forever. Never again would either team in a state championship game play on either team's home field. All state championship games were moved to the Superdome in New Orleans the very next year. And just as importantly, the overtime scenario we all know today was put in place where each team gets alternating possessions to score until someone wins. Yellow Jacket Stadium, thanks for standing with us, watching over us, helping us grow, and especially for all the great stories, some a bit embellished, that we now tell our kids and grandkids. Our love to you for all you've given us, and rest assured, the memories will stand the test of time. I'm Andy Netterville, class of 1973, and forever a Yellow Jacket.
Name is Glenn Kevin Glass, running back for Denham Springs in 83 through 86. Well, 2 individual memories come to mind pretty quick. When I was a freshman, we used to dress right behind where I'm sitting, below the bleachers. We used to dress underneath the bleachers, and it was pretty rank down there. Well, they built a new field house, which is what y'all calling the old one now, but they built a new field house, and we all started dressing in there. Well, one of the rules and regulations was to, you couldn't be caught with any type of tobacco, and I got caught dipping. So when I got caught dipping, part of my punishment was to dress in the old dressing room for 2 weeks, and Coach Wax was graciously kind enough to allow me to run 40-yard sprints right down here, and I had to mop the floor for a week. So basically did teach me a lesson. I never got caught again. Well, it's not so much the accomplishments. we was blessed to have a great ball club with a lot of good athletes, a good coaching staff, parents, and so forth. A lot of backing with the program. So, you know, we didn't remember a lot of the good things that happened. We remembered the bad things that happened. And there was one time that I received a kickoff down here on this end, on the 2-yard line, ran it all the way down to the other 2-yard line, got caught from behind, stripped of the ball, and the guy recovered the ball. So I was pretty lonely down there and feeling pretty bad. I made it to the sideline, and our statistician came up to me and said, you know, you'd have broke a record if you'd have held on to the football. And I said, well, thank you very much. I didn't think I could feel any worse than I did 5 minutes ago, you know. So it was, you know, we had some pretty nice team accomplishments, more so than individuals. You know, like I said, we was blessed to have a lot of good athletes, you know, a good coaching staff. Everybody worked hard, and good things happened. And we ended up having, you know, 4 winning seasons, and you know, I'm proud to be a part of that. And it wasn't just the players, you know, it was everybody within the community as well. You know, the parents of the players, the backers, and so forth. Everybody just seemed to come together and get along well, and it just made for just a great environment to be able to play ball there. I was one that believed in hard work, so you know, I ran a lot of bleachers, sprints, and so forth in the off season as well as with the club, and I do believe that helps build character. You know, when you're out here with your teammates, you know, and you know, fair play and team camaraderie, you know, it's just a good feeling inside, and it more or less prepares you for life ahead. You work hard, you set your goals, and if you want them bad enough, you'll reach them. And even if you don't, sometimes you'll be surprised how far you get trying to get there. You know, so good things happen. You know, when you surround yourself with good people, good things happen. Well, if I did that, I had to call dogs. But no, we used to make some noises and stuff in here, you know. But, you know, yeah, I don't want to say goodbye to it because I have a lot of memories here. And I'm going to be a part of this program, you know, with or without the game. And I'm going to help people if I can. And, you know, I'm good Lord willing, I'm not going anywhere anytime soon. So, no, I'm not going to say goodbye to it. I'm just going to say we're just moving around a little bit, that's all. And I'm glad to see that, you know, that we're making improvements as time goes on. You know, we're making improvements. I think the athletes and the coaching staff and the backers of school, I think they deserve it, and I think they'll respect it, and I just think it's a good all-around thing. So I'm happy to see the improvements, and you know, this brings back a lot of memories for me, but I'm not going to say goodbye because I'm not going nowhere, good Lord willing. You know, I'm going to still come out here and look at it once in a while anyway. So,
Dear Yellow Jacket Stadium, first and foremost, I want to thank you. I thank you that roots far beneath the surface. I am honored to be able to walk through Denham Springs tradition and call this place home. From the outside looking in, physically, this stadium may not seem as much, but deep down, Yellow Jacket Stadium carries an unbearable amount of heart and passion. Through the highs and lows, this place always seems to be my protection, my comfort, and my place of safety. On this field is where I met my family, my brothers, that will live with me forever. So that being said, as the last to leave my legacy in Denham Springs Yellow Jacket Stadium, I hope to have left a mark, respected by others. And with that being said, Sincerely, Ethan Foster, class of 2022.
Dear Yellow Jacket Stadium, over the past 4 years, I've spent more time with you than I spent with my family at home, and I do not regret a second with you. You have watched me grow into the man I am today, and because of you, I am that man. You have taught me many lessons about life. You have taught me that no matter how good your life is, hard times will come. And in those hard times, the only thing you can do is put your head down and keep working, because life will move on whether you're ready or not. I want to thank you for everything that you've taught me. Although I'll never miss the blistering hot summer workouts, Coach Beard's countless butt chewings, or the turf burns that you give me, I will forever miss you. You have given me a game that I love, and through that game, you have given me a family and a brotherhood that nothing else can replace. You have given me a place to come to when I was going through hard times. I will always look back on the experience that you've given me. And even though that we are parting ways, I will always love you, Yellow Jacket Stadium. Sincerely, Hunter Rushing, class of 2022.
Dear Yellow Jacket Stadium, thank you for being a place I can call home. Thank you for the memories that will forever be with me. Thank you for the countless hours spent grinding, the laughs, the tears, the good times, and the bad. Thank you for the countless hours spent grinding, the laughs, the tears, the good times, and the bad. Thank you for making me who I am today. Strangers have turned to friends, and friends have turned to family on this field. From all the fun practices and the bad ones, all the dancing and the laughs, to the fights and the arguments, all the Friday night lights, to the early morning practices, we are making memories without even noticing it. I've lost a brother on this field, but gained an angel looking over me forever. So Yellow Jacket Stadium might be a field to some people, but it's something much more to me. It's where I've watched me and the people that have become family to me grow up right before our eyes. From being little kids not being able to wait for us to play under those Friday night lights, to playing the last one ever. Thank you, Yellow Jacket Stadium, for giving me a second home, a second family, and friendships that will last a lifetime. Sincerely, Connor Sullivan, class of 2022.
Dear Yellow Jacket Stadium, the past 4 years I was able to call you my home. This program and stadium has been through a lot the past couple years. When I came in as a freshman, there were 50 people in our class, and now we're down to 14 of us seniors. That shows that this field will either make you or break you, and it obviously broke many. But I can finally truly say that it made me into the man I am today. As the last couple years have gone by, we've had new coaches, a program rebuild, natural disasters, pandemics, losing seasons, ridicule, disrespect, and even a death of a teammate and a coach. But through it all, we have persevered. And that's what defines our program and Yellow Jacket Stadium, perseverance through adversity. No matter what happened, good or bad, Yellow Jacket Stadium was always here for us and those who came before us. Yellow Jacket Stadium has always been a big part of my football career, playing Pop Warner ball to middle school and finally into high school. This field has always been an outlet for me, a way out from normal, everyday, busy life. There's a certain feeling when you come on this field, a certain type of peace and quiet. It's something you can't replicate anywhere else, and that's what makes Yellow Jacket Football Stadium special. This stadium is defined by tradition, adversity, perseverance, and hard work. And it will forever be a part of Denham's rich history and show where we've been and where we will go. Sincerely, Dylan Watson, class of 2022.
Dear Jacket Stadium, thank you for being my home as a fan, a player, and a coach. Thank you to these bleachers behind me for being my host for almost every fall Friday from the time I was 5 until I could dress out and play for the Jackets. Thanks for having a gap in the seats so that kids could run underneath to collect plastic footballs sponsored by First National Bank. I learned that the regular students can't catch, and waiting underneath will allow me to grab several drop passes from the cheerleaders. Thank you to the practice field behind the bleachers, where during two-a-days, Coach Steve Long taught me if I was going to hoot with the Owls, I've got to crow with the Roosters. With new construction, I'm sure my indention on that field will finally be gone. It has to still be there from when Derek Robinson hit me after a pass. But the indention came from when Coach Tony Terry jumped on top of both of us because he thought that Derek took the cheap shot on his quarterback and he wouldn't have any of that. Thank you to the field house for teaching me how to mop showers and clean toilets. We need one more afternoon with B.J. Clark singing the mop duty song after we got busted for leaving tape on our game pants in the wash. Thank you, Jacket Field, for being my home as a player, first for the Packers youth team, then in junior high as a Southside Buccaneer, and then finally as a Denham Springs High School Yellow Jacket, as I had always dreamed. Later in life, you were my home as an assistant coach for Denham Springs High School, and currently you're my home as head coach at Denham Springs Junior High. Thank you for converting from a grass playing surface to an artificial turf, so the coaches don't have to be out here at 10 o'clock striping and painting special artwork just for the homecoming game. Thank you, Jacket Stadium. Although everything about you is about to change, all Jackets know it wasn't the metal bleachers, the grass field, or the brick walls that made you home. It was the people that filled them that made it special. People like Butch Wax, my head coach as a player. People like Drew Nettles, my head coach when I was assistant here. It was the teammates and coaches that I shared the locker room with. Guys like Joey Schutz that I shared both playing and coaching with. Thank you, Jacket Stadium, for bringing all these people together, for being our gathering place to play, work, and make life memories with. And we look forward to many more years with new memories in the new stadium. Sincerely, Mitch Covington, class of 1994.